Hello ladies and gentlemen, I'm Mr. Teacups and welcome back to Oxford United challenging for the Premier League. So last episode we had some pretty decent results. Hopefully this episode we can do the same. So we're just going to jump into the first game of the day. It's some league action. It's against Gillingham. We played Gillingham last episode. We got that win. Absolute amazing game in the Johnston Paint Trophy. Hopefully we can do the same this game and get another win. There's not much I can really say. I said my piece about Gillingham last episode. I'm quite scared of them. You know, they got the big black man Akinfenwa up front. They got a pretty decent attack force, so I was expecting the same from this game. And indeed, I was getting that from kickoff. Even affair, both teams are having their chances. But there was a really bright spark early on, because you know last season, I like to score really early on. And for once, we actually scored early on this season. This is actually some decent play. We got Gillingham on the back foot. We're having opportunities after opportunities, but I just can't penetrate the defence. The ball finds its way to Neil. I don't know why. For some reason, I attempted a chip shot. It got deflected and went out wide. If that went in, that would have been absolutely beautiful. But then we have a corner. Corner comes in. Finds its way to Struner, I think that's his name. I think he's our left or right back. I can never remember what position he's playing. But he bangs in the header from quite, decent distance out. Headers are still OP in this game. But I'll take it. It's 1-0. So, we scored quite early on. I was thinking we might actually just slaughter Gillingham this episode. But I was thinking quite far ahead. Because only a couple of minutes later, on the 11th minute, there is some piss poor defending from me. I don't know how this ball finds its way through to Weston. Yeah, the keeper makes a decent save. I'm not getting me wrong, he's 69 rated for a keeper. He should be pretty decent, but sometimes he just makes the stupidest mistake. Sometimes he will just dive for a ball like an hour after it's been kicked. You know, the reaction times are so freaking slow, but it finds its way to Weston. He puts away an easy goal, absolute tap-in for him. It's 1-0. So after that goal came in, we're drawing. The game became an even affair. Not gonna lie, it was. Both teams were attacking. It was decent football from both sides. 50-50 possession, not much going on. To be honest, I was wasteful with some opportunities, but I did get a really beautiful opportunity. So round about in the 30th minute, the ball finds its way to Danny Rose and he takes a beautiful touch. He just holds it up front. He waits for some players to catch up with him. He passes it to Neil. Neil plays a beautiful through ball to Marsh. Marsh passes it back to Neil and Neil just does an absolute beautiful turn. Like, this is rape. He made this turn look so simple. It was a joke. He just turns his defender, slots it in the back of net. That is some serious Neil power right there. Neil power, really, did I just say that? But that was a beautiful goal. That just shows his quality right there. It's 2-1. So after that goal went in, not gonna lie, half time came and went. Saw the play for in the second half. We have a 2-1 lead. So the second half was really difficult. I found my opportunities pretty limited, I'm not gonna lie. Akinfenwa was causing some problems up front, same as Weston. I think Akinfenwa was on. I'm not sure if he got subbed off, but there was some big black guy up there just causing problems. We found ourselves on the back foot quite a lot of the times, and I couldn't get the ball up to Danny Rose or Neil. We were struggling to keep the ball up front, and really in the second half, I was just playing a lot of defensive football. I was doing the Chelsea, putting 10 men behind the ball, but it worked. I'm going to spoil the second half for you. We got the victory. I saw out the full 90 minutes. 2-1 win against Gillingham. We beat Gillingham twice in a row now. So after that game, there's not much I can do. Transfer window isn't here yet. We've still got a long way to go. So I just jumped in to the second game of the day. It's Oxford United away to Doncaster, and this is how it went. So correct me if I'm wrong, I think Doncaster is the team that signed that One Direction star, so it'd be cool if we could play against him, but I don't think he's ever going to get a game. But to be honest with you, I was expecting a really tough game from Doncaster. Seeing as they did get relegated to League One, they're still a pretty decent team. I think they do have some 70-rated players, so I was expecting a really tough match. And indeed, that is what I got. This was a really tough match. So early on, I found my opportunities very limited. Their quality on the ball just exceeded mine. Neil did have some opportunities. You know, he was the spark in my team, but we couldn't get the ball to him because they were just so much better in defence. We were punished pretty early on. In the 37th minute, it's not that early, it's near enough half time, but we just get split apart here. There is some beautiful play from Doncaster. I don't know how we didn't get a tackle in. I was just trying to apply pressure to their team. They were just not having any of it. They were just pushing my players aside. They whipped in a cross. It found its way to Forrest up. You know, headers are OP in his game. He puts it away. The keeper just goes the completely wrong direction. It's 1-0, but honestly, in that build-up play, I just thought, oh, how did we not win that ball? But what you're going to do, I hope I can come back from this. So as I said, that goal was really close to half-time. Half-time came and went just after that. This game is all to play for in the second half. So yet again, we were pretty much getting bum rate from Doncaster. You know, hope is a very strong word. We did have hope, but we had no means to back up that hope. We weren't putting any opportunities on the goal, which was quite annoying for me because usually I have a lot of opportunities in the game and I usually waste them, but at least I have opportunities. This game, I wasn't getting any opportunities at all. You know what happens when you don't get opportunities? You get punished in the 77th minute. They win a corner, they whip it in, finds its way to the head of one of their strikers. I think, no, it's not one of their strikers, I think it's one of the defenders. Puts it in the back of the net, another header. They've scored 2 headers this game. Headers are OP, but a goal's a goal at the end of the day. And you're probably thinking, why are you rushing this game? Well, after that goal went in, there was no magical comeback against the ex-championship team. You know, I'm trying to skip over this game as fast as I can because this was a loss. It was a very disappointing loss. I did have high hopes for this game, but we were just outplayed by Doncaster. We didn't have really a redeeming quality about that game. We were not getting opportunities. We were just outplayed. On to the next game. So that game hurt us a little bit. We're currently in 10th place right now with 23 points. Doncaster are actually in 8th with 24 points. So with that victory over us, they actually did go above us. They were behind us, which is kind of annoying. If we won that game, I think we would have been in like 5th. So it just shows you how tight this league is at the moment. So we need to get a lot more points on the road. We need to start getting victories to climb up that table. Now I'm just going to put that game down as a missed opportunity, but sometimes you get them, sometimes you don't. It's time for the third and final game of the day. So it's Oxford United at home to Colchester, and this is how it went. So what can I say about Colchester? They're a pretty decent team. Not really that great, but they're a pretty decent team. I don't want to say anything bad about them because sometimes when we've slagged off another team, they've just bummed us. Like we did Dagenham last season when they beat us 3-0. I can't believe they actually beat us 3-0 last season. I think we were their only victory of the whole season, which was quite actually surprising. But I was expecting a pretty decent game from Colchester, and it was early on. Early on it was a 50-50 game. It could have gone anywhere. Both teams were having opportunities really early on, and it was a good game. And we would have won to draw first blood. 29th minute, the keeper has an absolute embarrassing clearance. I don't know what he was doing there. He should have booted out a lot further than he did. Falls to one of my players. I think it falls to Rig. He runs it through on goal. Bangs it home. A beautiful finish from him. I tapped the B button and I honestly thought, I'm going to miss this. But he put it away. It's 1-0. But to be honest with you, that was the main highlight of the first half. The first half ended 1-0 and it's definitely all to play for in the second half. So I said not to slag off Colchester. And that is indeed the case because they do get an equaliser. 64th minute, I don't know how they get this equaliser because their striker literally walks this through my defence. I'm putting in challenge after challenge after challenge and they're just pushing. He was just pushing my defenders away and somehow managed to get a shot on goal. It was embarrassing defending from my team. I don't know how we didn't clear the ball, but it's 1-0. Not too long later in the 79th minute, we get another break of luck. Our first goal was basically down to a goalkeeping error, kicking the ball out just so woefully short that we picked up the ball and put it in the back of the net. Yet again, the goalkeeper makes another error. He throws the ball out to a player so close to him. Danny Rose just does not give up, applies pressure straight away, tackles the defender, slots it into the back of the net. It's 2-1. So I was ready to celebrate victory for this game. I really was. I thought finally, we've broken them again. It's 2-1. We got to see this game out and get the victory, but credit to Colchester, they did come back on the 86th minute. Yet again, there's just some poor defending. I just could not tackle their striker today. They whipping across. To be honest with you, the goalkeeper should have claimed this. He should have claimed this ball. It's so close to him. Comes off the head of Sears, goes into the back of the net. It's 2-2. And that goal there ensured Colchester draw, which was quite disappointing. I took the lead both times in this game, which was really, really annoying. At least we got a draw out of it. You know, we got a point. A point would do. It's better than nothing. This episode, we've had another rainbow, a win, a draw, and a loss. We need to turn that around. We need at least 2 wins every single episode. I know I've been saying that, but next episode, there's going to be a big announcement because I've come up with a new idea of what I want to do with this series. It's going to be a big update of what we're going to do with our career mode, so I hope you join me then. But we got a lot to do with the team at the moment. I hope you've enjoyed. I've been Mr. Teacups. Be great, come subscribe. See you next time.